What's good, gamers? Alright, in this video, I'm going to show you how to package and upload your custom mutation to the workshop. Hopefully you've just watched my last video, you made your mutation, and now it's basically ready, you've tested it, but you want to play it with your friends, you want to upload it to the workshop, all that good stuff. The good news is it's not that hard to do it, actually. It's not that hard. But I would say this, you really need to take your time. Just take it slow, and then you'll get there, and then it'll be sweet. Hopefully, it'll work and it'll be awesome. All right. With that said, let's just jump right in. Let's go. All right. So, you want to upload your first mutation. First thing you got to do, you got to make a mutation folder for it. So we're gonna make a folder on the desktop called Mutations. It's got to be capital M, Mutations. You're gonna open it up. You're going to make two folders inside this folder. You're going to make a scripts folder, no capitals. You're going to make a modes folder, no capitals. You're going to go to your Left 4 Dead path, what we've been doing this whole time, your scripts, vscripts, all the stuff you made. So we just made this in the last video, Hunter Gaming. It's our Hunter Airshot mutation. We basically copy vscripts, copy it, go into scripts, and paste it. And that'll take a sec. And what it's doing is it's going to put in all the source code, because we're using vslib. We're not doing just straight up vscripting. And that's why we need to bring all this in here. The vslib that we downloaded and our script. You also, it's important to note, you don't need your test nut file, so you can delete that. This is you just want the nut file for the for your actual mutation. You want to keep this though. You want to keep all this stuff. Back in your modes, if you can't already guess, you're gonna go back over here. You're gonna go back to your modes, and your Hunter Gaming mode you can copy. And you can paste that in here in the modes folder in Mutations. So your folders should have scripts, vscripts. There's the nut file you made and all the other stuff, and then your modes should have your mode file that you made that pairs with it. All right, those two out of the way. And I know it's a little risky, but you actually can delete these from the thing. I wouldn't do that though. I would copy them, put them somewhere safe. You can just paste them to the desktop while you're working, but you can delete them, because what we're going to do is we're going to actually test it out, and we don't want them to get in the way. So while we're here, we can just save them somewhere. Like I said, save your files somewhere safe. The desktop is not the safest place for them, but it'll do for now. In our Mutations folder, hopefully you're still following along, you have your mode and all your script stuff and your script in the scripts. There's really only one more thing you need, and then you should be good. You're going to go to this very useful link. It's by Valve, the add-on info, authoring, tools, whatever. You're going to scroll down, and down here, these are campaigns, sample campaigns that Left 4 Dead, that Valve made to teach for tutorials. Well, in here, you'll see in Deadline 2, because there's Left 4 Dead 2 next to it, there's this add-on info file. And it looks kind of similar to your mode file, the way it's like scripted. Well, you're basically going to make one of these. So, and it's actually, don't be intimidated, it's actually really, really easy. So, you're going to make a new text document, very important. You name this add-on info. No capitals, no spaces, nothing. One word, add-on info. Open it up. And what you're going to do is you're going to copy this stuff. You don't need all this. You don't need all this. You just need this stuff pretty much. And then one other thing. So copy that. Go to that file you just made. Paste it. Very important, though. Do not forget to see this bracket right here? You need another one right there. Bracket facing this way. Save it, Control S. And then you can start editing this. This is like, you can see this is like, it's got your name, the group you belong to, the URL, the title, like the tagline of your mutation, the title, just some like settings based stuff. It's actually not that important because you can set that all up in the workshop, but this is for when it's like being looked at in the add-ons folder, I believe. So we're gonna rename some of this stuff. Hunter Gaming. Oh, I don't know. Hunt or be hunted. It's our cheesy slogan. The author is me. My name is Andy. It's not. And then the ID, your Steam ID. That's my Steam. It's not. Okay. You don't need a Steam group if you don't want one. You can leave this blank. And your URL, actually, I believe you can leave blank as well. But make sure you got these the quotes like that. But if you want, you can put a link to your Steam profile. It's not that important. We're just trying to get it to work. So, looks good. Save it. Oh, it's important too. Make sure this says 550, and this is 1.0. 550 is for Left 4 Dead 2, and 500 is for Left 4 Dead. That's the difference, the first game. Also, this is important. Add-on version, this is when you update it. So if you update your add-on, your mutation, you would change this like 1.1, 1.2, all that stuff. But 1.0 is fine. This looks good. You can close it. Back in our mutation folder. If everything looks like this, you got your mode, you got your script, and the other stuff, and you got your add-on info, you should be good. So we can close this. All right. So the next step, and this is where it starts to get a little wonky. What you're going to do is you're going to go into your folder, into your Left 4 Dead, however you get to Left 4 Dead usually. So, you know, C, program files, all that stuff. You're going to go to Common, Left 4 Dead 2, and you're going to go to your bin. Not Left 4 Dead 2 like we usually do. You're going to go to your bin. And in your bin, you're going to scroll all the way down till you see that. Do you see VPK application? Should look like that. You are going to want to right-click and create a shortcut. And then bring your shortcut onto your desktop. It looks like that. Let me just do it in front of you so you can see it. There's your shortcut. Drag it to the desktop. You get the idea. We already have it. It's right there. So, once you do that, once you make a shortcut to it, okay, you can close this. Now, very carefully, very carefully, I don't know why, okay. You're going to take your mutations folder you made, and you're going to drag it, and you're going to drop it on top of the VPK shortcut. Boop. It does some stuff, and then it should appear, okay? So, this is your mutation. It's packaged together, basically, Steam to read the file. It needs it to be in the VPK format, I believe, and that's what this is. You take your thing, put it in here, and it turns it into this. So that black folder, this black file with the Steam logo, is all this stuff put together, okay? So, once you do that, to test it out, and this is why we took these out, okay, you're going to double-click it. You're going to say yes. If it worked properly, it'll say it was successfully installed. You've installed it like you would subscribe to an add-on, if that makes sense. So now what you want to do is you want to test it in Left 4 Dead and make sure it's working. What should happen is in your add-ons. You actually should now get, like I said, like you'd subscribe to something, like an add-on on the workshop. You actually should see your mutation in there, in your add-ons. Okay? And I have a bunch of add-ons, but Hunter Gaming is here. I did not put a description. That's my bad. But it says Andy, that's me. And it says Hunter Gaming, and that's the title I gave it. I forgot to tell you how to add the description thing. And you know what? I'll show you how to do that later. If I remember. Anyway. So, once it's in there, make sure it's checked. Go to your mutation. And find it. There it is. Select it. Single player. Pick a map. Shouldn't really matter. Test it out. Because you just want to make sure everything's working. You want to make sure you didn't fuck up your add-on info folder or file. So, yeah. Alright, so you got your shotguns, and only hunters spawn. That's what we designed it to do. Right. But, yeah, it looks like it works fine. They don't die normally, unless you shoot them. Whoa. Oh my goodness.
What the hell? Why are you shooting me? Reloading.
Oh.
Hunter's got Francis.
Damn.
Yeah.
Alright.
There's a boat.
You get the idea.
Francis, that
You sure
boat's
this is the
underwater.
right one?
Anyway. No errors. Looks good. You can exit. So, once everything's honky-dory, you've tested it, it looks good, go into your Left 4 Dead, common, Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead 2, add-ons. And there it is, like I said. There is this. When you installed it, this is where it went. You can now delete that. Trust me, you can delete it. As long as you still have the original, you can delete it. So, everything's all over the place right now. That's okay. Put this somewhere on your desktop. Probably leave it if you're going to keep making mutations. Just leave it somewhere. This, you can even just put in here if you want. You just need to know how to get to it, okay? And then this stuff, you can make a separate folder for if you want, like, backup scripts, because you might want to edit your mutation and change it, so you should have your scripts that you made somewhere, right? So doesn't really matter. Anyway, this is all nitpicky stuff. This is what you need for everything to work. All right, next thing, you're gonna actually need to download in tools. There's a lot of tools. If you scroll, you'll have tons of all these new tools come up. Under Left 4 Dead, you'll see it's not Left 4 Dead authoring tools, it's Left 4 Dead 2 authoring tools, okay? You should see that in here. You're going to want to install it. You actually do need it to upload something to the workshop. I obviously already have it installed, so I'm going to launch it right now. But you should install that, and then you'll get this little window. So this is Hammer. That's for if you want to make maps. I'd never used these in my life, but this is how you upload your mutation. So double click it, workshop manager. And all the cool stuff you made will actually show up. So this is all the stuff I made. I know, pretty impressive. No, so you all your stuff you've made or haven't made will show up right here. So what you're gonna do, it's really easy. Publish new add-on. All right. And this is it. This is the home stretch. You give it your name, Hunter Gaming. And like I should say this right now. This stuff is not that important because you actually can change it on the workshop page. So, description, all that, like it doesn't matter. Test mutation for my epic video. You can get an image. It says how big they should be. So you can browse, get your image. I obviously have this beautiful image for my mutation. This will show up on the workshop. So you probably should put some effort into this if you want people to click on your mutation. I'm one to talk. All right, so here's the key. See this? File, name, size. That you browse on your desktop, inside your mutations folder, right there. This is what you want. It's your VPK that we made. Open. And there it is right there. And it says it's on the desktop. And it's in our mutations folder. And it's called mutations. And it's mutations.vpk. That file is your ticket. That's the whole mutation you made. It's that black file with the little Steam logo. So you just tell it where it is. You can set this to private when you upload it if you want and change it later. Put tags of what it is. It's a mutation. You can read the agreement. I'm gonna accept it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And you hit upload, and hopefully you just pray that it works. And it takes a sec. It says the add-on has been uploaded to the Steam Workshop. So what typically happens is when you do that, you get a page that opens on Google right away, and it'll say this: Steam error. Sorry, we have trouble accessing it. Don't be afraid. Don't be too scared. It likely worked. It's that you're not logged in probably on the internet, on the computer version, like on the Google version, so it just gives you an error right away. So don't worry about that. But what you really should do is check to make sure it showed up, which it did. So that's great. That's really good. If it didn't, or if it gave you some sort of error, or if it said it failed, you should most likely the problem is in that addon info, in this file. So I'm gonna upload one as like a base so you can use it to help you, and I'll make sure I'll put in the description thing in there so you can give a description to your mutation as well. I'll put a link to that, so in case there's some sort of issues and of course if you have issues, just mention them in the comments. Anyway, so now that you're good, you can actually close authoring tools, because it'll still run in the background if you don't close that little window. And here's the fun part. Now you get to go to your Steam, and all your mutations, if you go to your workshop and you go down to your files, there it is. Hunter Gaming. Click it. It's just like a normal mutation, add-on on the workshop. And you can change the visibility here. Public, friends only, all that stuff, private. Mine is hidden at the moment, which is fine. It's probably going to stay that way. And if you want to add images of the gameplay and of different things, you can add them here. Or you can edit the title and description, like I said, right here. So you can still change it and make it nice and all that stuff. But yeah, so I hope that helped. I hope it made sense. Yeah, I mean, if you want to play this with your friends, you just turn it public, and you have your friend. You just send your friend the link. You can copy the URL. They subscribe. You can subscribe to this. Load up Left 4 Dead, and you should be able to play a game together. You just will, you load up, start a mutation game, and have your friend join. It's not that hard. You just both got to have it installed. But yeah, hopefully this whole process made sense and you actually managed to get through it all. And in the end, you have a cool mutation to show for it. It's inevitable that people get stuck, and I hate when that happens, especially to me. I am sorry if you got stuck along the way, but don't give up. This took me forever to figure out, and there weren't lots of videos to help me. There was lots of guides, and I would thank Rayman and Neil and those guys for getting me to this point just from their guides alone. I never really talked to them or interacted with them ever, but I wouldn't be able to do all this if it wasn't for them. So, but yeah, I hope it all worked. I hope you got all your stuff set up, and you can start uploading cool mutations to the workshop. I can't see what you guys make and do. And like I said, if you have ideas or suggestions, or you want me to show you how to do other things, definitely let me know. I want to keep making videos. So, all right. So with that said, I'll hopefully see you around in more videos, or in the comments or whatevs. All right. Peace.